Ho, ho, ho! And what would you like for Christmas, child?
You could kill Grow the Kind! Those who shirk their duties will get an extra beating.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. This video is my gift to all of you, since I couldn't afford to get you a real present. There are a few rules to playing Skyrim as Old Saint Nick. You see, Santa is all about giving, so that means no using shops, no taking items from the open world, no pickpocketing, and no looting bodies or chests. The only items I'll get are the ones added directly to my inventory. There is one exception to this rule in the spirit of Christmas. If an item is a gift to fulfill an NPC's Christmas wish, then I can take the item and deliver it to them. And finally, I cannot recruit any followers, because Santa rides solo.
There you go.
Inside Helgen Keep, Ralof tells me to take Gunjar's gear, but you don't actually have to. Just looking in his inventory is enough to progress. After killing the Imperials with Santa's bare fists, I was prepared to run into our first obstacle. A gate locked by a key I cannot loot. But it turns out Ralof can just open the way for you. Neat. After an embarrassing amount of time, I remember that Punch isn't my only starting spell, and escape Helgen without issue. Once outside, Santa uses some
Christmas magic
to get his outfit back. This is the only thing we'll be wearing for the entire playthrough, so I guess add no armor to the list of rules. I really should have checked that thing twice before starting the video. I make my way to the Guardian Stones. and choose the Mage, since magic is our only real source of damage for the moment. Santa enters Riverwood and meets some of the townsfolk. Lucan wants
an ornament, solid gold in the shape of a dragon's claw.
For Christmas. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, I need to tell somebody about these dragons, so I head for Whiterun to meet the Jarl.
Halt. City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
Oh, but I'm Santa Claus!
Fine. But we'll be keeping an eye on you.
After informing the Jarl about the dragon's plans to steal Christmas, a little boy named Farengar tells us he wants a Red Ryder BB gun for his gift. But if he can't get that, he'll settle for
a dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites.
While clearing Bleak Falls Barrow, I found the perfect gift for Lucan Valerius and grabbed the dragon stone for little Farengar. Now it was time to deliver these presents. Merry Christmas, Lucan!
There it is! I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister.
Ho ho ho, Farengar! Merry Christmas!
The dragon stone of Bleak Falls Barrow.
It feels good to be Santa. I don't think there's anything that could ruin this wonderful day.
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby.
No time to stand on ceremony, my friend. You have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon.
So I went to help with the dragon, and it was great. Super easy fight. In fact, we can probably just skip past this part. First try.
You've done a great service for me and my city. I name you Thane of Whiterun, and this weapon from my armory to serve as your badge of office.
On the way out of Whiterun, some Alakir warriors stop Santa to let him know that all they want for Christmas is a boyfriend-free girl.
A woman, a foreigner in these lands. Redguard, like us.
Luckily, I know just the girl and bring Sadia out to meet Kimatu.
We meet at last, my dear lady.
And I'm sure they lived happily ever after, and nothing bad happened to either of them. With a weapon finally in hand, I switch my standing stone to the warrior and headed off to High Hrothgar. The journey up the 700 steps is a peaceful, meditative one that helps to... Wait. Did you hear that? Oh no. It's... Santa's already killed a dragon, so this should be easy as giving presents to a baby. You know, Sun Tzu once wrote, "Do 'em dirty in front of they dad." Oh, sorry, wrong quote. The greatest victory is that which requires no battle. So after achieving the greatest victory, I met the Greybeards, learned some shouts, and went to retrieve the horn of Jurgen Windcaller. Unfortunately, someone had already taken it, so I went to the Sleeping Giant Inn to meet Delphine. She gave me the horn and asked me to kill a dragon with her to prove that I'm really Santa Claus.
We're going to go there, and you're going to kill that dragon.
We were right by Windhelm, so I took the opportunity to go fulfill the Christmas wish of a young orphan boy. And what would you like for Christmas, Aventus?
I knew you'd come. I just knew it. Now that you're here, you could kill Grelod the Kind.
Hooray! It's yours. Grelod the Kind is dead at last. We're saved.
Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! That old hag is dead.
Aha! I knew you could do it. I just knew it. Thank you. Thank you again.
It was at this point I realized I could get another spell as part of the College of Winterhold entrance exam. I went and talked to Feralda, hoping to learn Summon Flame Atronach, but unfortunately got Firebolt instead.
Well done indeed.
This would be pretty good if I hadn't already sunk a decent amount of skill points into one-handed. I returned to Delphi, and it was time to enact her crazy plan to infiltrate the Thalmor embassy. From the very beginning, I suspected this would be the most difficult part of the run, but I was still not fully prepared for the challenge that laid ahead. So I went to Solitude to meet Delphine's contact. I actually took a quick detour here to acquire
the Wabachak! Huh? Huh? Didn't see that coming, did you?
It actually didn't end up being all that useful to the playthrough. And then I met up with Malborn. The way this works in a normal playthrough of Skyrim is you give Malborn all the gear you want him to smuggle into the Thalmor embassy for you. But Malborn does not give you your gear back. Instead, he puts it into a chest. So anything that I gave him, I would lose, since I cannot loot chests. So I give Malborn nothing and tell him the plan is set. Another quick detour to do the Wolfskull cave quest for my boy Falk Firebeard. And after completing this quest, I finally had enough gold to bail Donner out of jail for flying under the influence. Trusty reindeer in tow, I met up with Delphine, and was struck with a horrible realization. Before heading to the embassy, Delphine takes your remaining gear, and once you return, the taken gear is placed in a chest. So to complete this quest, I'd be going back to square one in terms of items and weapons.
The hardest choices require the strongest wills.
I said goodbye to my gear and took the long ride to the embassy. Once inside, I got Razlin to cause a distraction, and Malborn and I slipped out the back. I fought my way through the embassy and then ran into a brick wall. This is Relindiel. This is a locked door. Relindiel has the key to this door. Luckily, I don't have to pick up the Thalmor dossiers to progress. I just need to read them. Unluckily though, I do need that key from Relindiel. I reloaded, killed the guard and Gisser, then used Nordic battle cry to get Relindier to run in fear, thinking if he opened the door himself that I would be able to follow him through. This did not work. I reloaded again, and used stealth to wait until Relindiel went through the locked door on his own, hoping this would leave it unlocked. This did not work either. I tried glitching my way through the door and wall, hoping I could trigger the door from the other side, but I never made it through. I let down all the good children of Skyrim. With no other way to progress, I had to fail the challenge and take the key off of Relindiel's body. It was the only option.
No, there is another.
I reloaded before taking the cart to the embassy, grabbed a bucket without taking it into my inventory and carried it to the embassy, put it up against the wall and used a little
Christmas magic
to get through. Killed the Thalmor and picked the lock that had given me so much trouble. Unfortunately, the next room also had a locked grate, and that key was on the body of one of the guards. I reloaded one more time, brought the bucket to the embassy, and parked Donner just outside this wall.
Christmas magic.
Kill, murder the elves, read the dossier. And after returning to the courtyard, I was able to defy physics once again to ride my faithful steed. Mission accomplished. My resolve was shaken a bit back there, but after completing the embassy quest, I was feeling pretty confident. Delphine finally told me what she wanted for Christmas. She wanted to reunite with her old friend Esbern, who was living in the Ratway under Riften. Wait, what's this? I suppose this is my punishment for buying the anniversary edition. Are you happy now, Todd? Are you happy now? I remembered the secret entrance to the Thieves Guild and thought I might be able to get in that way. So I grabbed a beautiful bucket and got to work.
Christmas magic.
And we're in. The guild members didn't appreciate my unannounced visit. If you guys are ever having trouble with Skyrim, just remember that the answer is always buckets. I cleared the Ratway, then went to meet Esbern.
Go away!
It's Santa Claus! Ho ho ho!
You'd better come inside. Quickly now.
After reuniting the old friends, I went back to Solitude to do one more quest for my boy, Falk Firebeard, who tells me to go speak to Steer in the catacombs. Steer tells me that the gift he wants most for Christmas is the skull of a long-dead necromancer queen.
Find what's left of her body and bring it back to be sanctified.
I thought this was pretty strange, but accepted anyway. The Potema boss fight is definitely meant to be done at a higher level than I was at the time, but I was able to get through it by exploiting the fact that the room before the boss remains open during this fight. I grabbed the skull, wished Steer a Merry Christmas, and returned to the Blue Palace. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why Falk Firebeard is my boy. For doing this quest, he rewards the Shield of Solitude, which in this run is useful just by virtue of being a shield, but also increases my magic resistance and fortifies block. I next headed to Skyhaven Temple, where Esbern and Delphine were battling a band of Forsworn and a dragon. After the battle, we entered the temple. I cheated one of the puzzles with the Become Ethereal shout, then used blood magic to open a door. Turns out to defeat Alduin, we need a shout called Dragon Rend. And the only way to learn it is to astrally project backwards in time to the final battle of the Dragon War and watch a long, boring cutscene. And the only way to do that is by obtaining an Elder Scroll. Hey, that's the title of the series. Wow. The discerning viewer may now be thinking, Santa, how are you going to be able to pick up that Elder Scroll? No one wants it as their Christmas gift. And see, that's what you get for only checking your list once. I checked it twice, and it's a good thing I did, because there's a little boy in Winterhold who has been very good this year. Ho ho ho! And what would you like for Christmas, Urag?
An Elder Scroll? I would be honored to have such a thing here at the college.
So I met Septimus Cygnus, who might actually be a dead body that's been reanimated by Hermaeus Mora. It's kind of hard to tell. And he points me to where I can find an Elder Scroll. Before continuing this journey, I had thought of a way to get a slight upgrade for my weapon. I paid a ship to take me to Solstheim. I paid a ship to take me to Solstheim. met Glover Mallory, recovered his pickaxe from Crucius Corellius, and Glover was so grateful that he let me keep the pickaxe. With this massive upgrade, the treasure hunters, Falmer, and Dwemer automatons didn't stand a chance. And after fighting my way through all of them, I solved a very intuitive puzzle, the parameters of which are extremely clearly communicated to the player. I definitely did not just hit random buttons. With the puzzle completed, I successfully acquired Urag's Christmas gift. Before bringing it to him, I read through it real quick just to make sure the content was appropriate. Quick detour to astral project backwards in time and learn the Dragonrend shout. Then suddenly, Alduin attacked Santa to try and stop him from spreading Christmas cheer. I defeated him and delivered the Elder Scroll to Urag.
Thank you. You will be remembered for generations for this.
The beautiful smile on Urag's face reminded me that I never asked Jarl Balgruuf what he wanted for Christmas. I entered Dragon's Reach, and then...
I found this. I thought you might like it.
That was truly a Christmas miracle. Ho ho ho, Jarl Balgruuf! What would you like for Christmas?
Trap a dragon in my palace.
At first I thought this was some sort of innuendo, and I was totally down, but it turned out we were actually going to capture a dragon. Before this daring ensnaring could ensue, we had a Christmas feast with all of our friends.
Good King Wenceslas looked out on the feast of Stephen, when the snow lay round about, deep and crisp and even.
And then we were ready. I called the dragon, slapped him around, and tripped the trap. Odahviing agreed to fly me to Alduin's portal to Sovngarde, and we agreed to let him go. This isn't how Santa usually flies, but it'll have to do. I arrived at Skuldafn, the final challenge. I fought my way through the dragons and Draugr with my shiny new Orcish war axe. Inside the temple was more of the same. I could feel it. We were close to the end and... Oh no. The diamond claw is on the body of this Draugr overlord. But I can't pick it up. No one wants that thing for Christmas. The answer is always buckets. Perhaps I could get through the door with some Christmas magic. But there was nary a bucket to be found, and I couldn't bring one in from outside. I tried getting through with a shield, and I tried with the heirloom young Aventus had given me. Both failed. Would I really give up now? Was this challenge truly over, this close to the goal? I couldn't believe I'd come so far, just to fail. Steps away from victory. I went outside to meditate on the issue, and I asked myself the only question that mattered in times like these. What would Todd Howard do?
That mountain is not just a backdrop. You can walk all the way to the top of that mountain.
We made it, boys. And the rest is really just a formality at... Alright, I'll finish narrating. Sun challenged me to a duel to enter the Hall of Valor. I had to cheese him with magic because I am very, very underleveled. We meet the ancient Nord warriors from our astral projection time travel adventure, and together we face down Alduin the World Eater to save Christmas once and for all. Yes, you can beat Skyrim as Santa Claus. Though I did have one final thing to do before the playthrough was truly over. You know, Sun Tzu once wrote, "Do 'em dirty in front of they dad." Merry Christmas, happy holidays, everyone. If you watched this whole thing, I really appreciate you. This is pretty different from what I've been posting to the channel. I've got an ongoing series where some friends and I are doing a March Madness style tournament bracket to find the greatest superhero movie ever made. Definitely go check that out and subscribe to the channel for more of my wit and charm. That would be just the best Christmas present you could give me. If people really like this, then I could definitely make more gaming content moving forward, so let me know what you thought of this video. Before I go, I want to say thanks to my amazing wife for encouraging me to actually make this video instead of letting it die as an idea. And again, thank you for watching. Bye!